So these are the top questions to ask a paranormal investigator, and these are things you guys have written that you've wanted me to answer for ages. So as you can see here, I have got a whole list of questions, so let's begin. So the first question is, how long have you been investigating for? So I have actually just turned 30 and I started investigating when I was 15, so that is 15 whole years of doing paranormal investigating. I've only been doing it on YouTube about 2.5 years, but it is definitely my passion. It's something I'll continue to do. So the next question is, are paranormal investigations always scary? So 1000% no, they're not always scary. They're not all doom and gloom and demons. What people need to remember is when you go out doing paranormal investigations, you are just speaking to people who sadly don't have a living body anymore. And as in life, not everyone is evil. There's also good, and you have exactly the same when you're working with spirits. So example, if some of you have been following the channel, you'll know I've done many investigations that sometimes are actually more sad than scary. I remember this one investigation where we did speak to this trapped little girl who died suddenly, and she was looking for a family but she was scared to pass over. So we helped her, we got her trust and helped her pass on. It wasn't scary, if anything, it was just heartbreaking. And sadly, we do come across a lot of lost souls that just need someone to talk to because they need help. So next question, why did you start the second channel? So this second channel that we're on now, it's more like a little diary. I know it sounds wild, that we can look back on when we're older, maybe show our family, show our children of all the memories that we're having. A lot of the videos are me and my boyfriend Jordan, as you all know, going out, exploring, going on holiday and doing all sorts of fun stuff. But we're also inviting in our family and friends as well, so it's something we can all enjoy, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. If you are, don't forget to hit that like button. Next one, so this is a good one. How long does it take you to film a paranormal investigation? Oh my God. So I've got to say, like, we drive all over the country. Sometimes we're driving for like 4+ hours in total. We're in the location. It can be 6+ hours sometimes. The editing.
I thought it was a real candle.
Otto! Hello! We can be in a location for about 6 or so hours, if not even longer sometimes. The editing can take up to 8 hours of video, and on top of that, as you know, it's the premieres, it's the comments, it's the whole shebang. And I know it takes a long time to get a video all edited and ready for you guys, but I enjoy it and I would not want to do anything else. We've got another second channel question here. So, what do you have planned for the second channel? We have actually got something super exciting planned for you guys. We've recently just brought a GoPro to film on for the second channel, just to get the quality better for you guys, because we want to make sure we're always putting out the best content. And sadly that means no more phones for us. GoPro, here it is. And we're actually going on a 2-week long adventure around the Caribbean, and you're going to be coming with us. Right, so this one is always the hardest question to answer, and I get asked this all the time. So what is your scariest paranormal experience? This is hard to answer because if you've been following the main channel, I've had quite a few scary ones, so I'm going to give you a few examples. One that always sticks out in my mind 1000% is when we filmed in an old abandoned theatre that was linked to some old witch in the area, and people used to chant her name. Us being the weirdos that we are, decided we were going to chant her name, and what we heard back was terrifying. It was down the corridor. We actually heard someone go, "Lottie." So it was either the scary witch or it was someone from the theatre singing my name, and that was terrifying. Another one which you'll all know has to be the Bleeding House. Now this place was legit terrifying. We took a Polaroid picture. There was this weird blood on it. They was telling us there was bodies down below. Otto has come to say hello as well. So that place was awful. Also the Demon House, again, if you followed the video you will know this place was really, really terrifying. We got some crazy stuff come through. That place was so scary, we actually had to pack up and leave on multiple occasions. And I've got to say, the worst one was this year's Halloween special. I'm not gonna go into it, but if you know, you know. So I'm actually super glad that one of you asked this question. So how do I protect myself? So spiritually, when we're going out, doing these investigations, I always say, it's so important to make sure you're protecting yourself because we don't know what it is we're communicating with. So the most important thing to do is to have some sort of connection with your spirit guide, with your guardian angels, whatever you want to call them. You've got to grow that intuition first so you can sense the situation. But the best thing I like to do is I like to visualize a white light coming around my body and protecting me, pulsating outwards, pushing any negativity away. I also always have my black tourmaline with me, and when I get home from every investigation, I always put that next to some selenite, which naturally does cleanse the crystal back to its original vibration. Also, as you've probably seen, we've recently had a bit of an issue with Lewis and with Andy having attachments. Now, this is something that is very, very rare, but it does happen, and this was legit. Whatever this was, it was following us around. It kept saying Andy, it kept saying Lewis. And my advice, if you ever get in that situation, which is what I always say to Andy, and I've said to Lewis as well, you've got to cleanse yourself of that energy. You've got to go see someone that can do a spiritual cleanse, which Lewis has done, so well done, Lewis. And you've got to make sure you're not giving it attention. Every time you feed into that negative attachment, you are making it worse. But if you do your proper protection in the first place, oh, Otto's come back to say do it, you shouldn't have that problem. But it can happen. Don't be naive to the paranormal because it can be dangerous. Stevie, go on, take a picture. He looks handsome. Look how handsome he is. Here's another question, Otto. Is YouTube hard to do? Well, if you're doing something that you love and you're passionate about, then it's hard, but it's not as hard. As you heard from the previous question, a lot of hours, a lot of time goes into what we do, but I do love it. It can be very, very tiring, and sometimes I do sadly get burnt out, and that's because I also work a full-time job. I go out for the main channel about twice a week. As I've said, 6+ hours of filming, plus driving, plus 8 hours of editing, plus the premieres and all of that jazz. Takes up a lot of time, and now we're also filming for the second channel, so am I insane? I don't know, but I'm enjoying it. So yeah, it's hard to do, but if you're doing something that you love and you're passionate about and you're making memories, that's the most important thing. So what is your favourite paranormal equipment? So if you watch the live streams, I always say this, my favourite paranormal equipment has to be an EVP. Now you can get them for hella cheap off Amazon, off eBay, probably from anywhere. It's just a simple voice recorder, and when you get something back on that, it is incredible paranormal evidence. So that has to be my favourite. So why did you start YouTube? I started YouTube because I was already going out doing paranormal investigations, and I just thought, you know what? Why not? I was so nervous and so scared that no one would want to watch, that people would think I was like crazy and weird and they'd like laugh at me. And it took me a while to be like, you know what? I don't care, I'm living my best life and I'm enjoying it. And I'm so proud of myself, and I'm so grateful to all of you because I literally have the best community. And maybe that's a bit biased, but I swear you guys just make it like completely worth it. So I started it basically to share those experiences with you guys, and because I want to help spirits by giving them a voice to find peace so they can move on. So before I move on to the next question, make sure you've hit that like button, you subscribe, and you've dropped a comment down below the video idea because it really helps the channel. So the next question is, how do I start a YouTube channel? So I suppose following on from the previous question, just have faith in yourself. You never know until you try. And if you're enjoying it and you're passionate, then whether or not people watch or not, you should be proud of it. But I suppose my biggest advice would be, if you're gonna start a YouTube channel, I would get some videos pre-recorded and edited before you start releasing them, just so you can get ahead. Because what I found personally is if you release a video every single week at the same time, it really helps because your community know when you're going to drop a video. They know, for me on my main channel, every Friday at 7 o'clock there's always a new video, and on this channel every Wednesday at 7 o'clock there'll always be a new video, and it kind of helps build that relationship, I suppose. So that would be my main thing. But if you find something you're passionate about and you love, then just go for it. Do you experience paranormal activity in your everyday life? Okay, so this is an interesting one. I feel like I used to before, but that's because I've always lived in haunted houses. Some of you OGs will know about that. But at the moment, I don't actually have that much like paranormal stuff happening. Every now and again we have something weird happen in the house. But I think that's just like relatives coming to visit us, because the house we're in currently isn't haunted. But I think because of what I do with the paranormal constantly, I'm forever lighting that sage, lighting the Palo Santo, got the crystals all over the house. Poor Jordan, he lives in a cloud of smoke. And I'm always cleansing the house. So to be fair, I think because I protect me and I protect the house and I protect Jordan and all the little cutie little fur babies we have, I think we're good. So do you have somewhere you would never return to? So that has to be this year's Halloween special video. That place was so scary. I actually didn't film for a few weeks because I was legit traumatized. So if you've not seen that video, go and check it out, because that was legit the scariest night of my life, and I think that's what it's called as well. Question: how are the cats and the rabbits? So they're both fabulous, or they're all fabulous, should I say. So Rowan Otto, the kitty cats, they're still cutie little fur babies. The little bunnies, Harpy and Hazel, they're also just as adorable as always, and just as spoiled. And I will just take this time to say massive shout out and thank you to all of you lovely people that have sent the Floofies little gifties from the Amazon wish list. They loved them so much. Whenever they arrive, it's like Christmas for them. So thank you so much. So this is the last question. That was good time, wasn't it? What was your first paranormal experience? If you used to watch the story times, you'll know that weirdly my first paranormal experience was before I was born. My mum and dad were in a car, they nearly had a car crash. Dad looked to the side, saw this little Victorian girl who turned and smiled at him, and I grew up to look just like that little girl. I know, hella weird. We then grew up in haunted houses where we had lots of paranormal stuff growing up. I used to hear I feel like it was my spirit guide singing to me to make me feel safe. I'd see spirits when I was growing up, I'd hear spirits when I was growing up. I had some really, really scary experiences as well, which a lot of you do know. I can go into that a lot more on this channel if you want, so if you do, make sure you comment down below. I also dabbled in a lot of silly things growing up that I didn't understand, like Ouija boards and whatnot, welcoming the spirits in, and my word, did I regret that. As I say today, don't dabble unless you're protected and you have some form of idea what you're doing. So that is going to be the end of this little Q&A. I hope you've enjoyed it. If it's something you guys want me to do again, then comment that down below. If you've got any questions you want me to answer, drop that down below as well. But I do just want to take this moment to thank you all for being such a fantastic community on this channel and on the second channel. I couldn't do any of this without you. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And that is the end of this video. Bye, Spookalots. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. And is it filming?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, bro. Let's zoom in, Abby. I'll do my intro, we bro. These are the questions. Now! Okay, are you filming? Are you filming?
What?
Are you filming?
Yeah.
This is funny, you need to keep all this in at the end. You have to put all these in the end, it would be really funny.
Right,
All the, are you filming?
yeah.
Okay, right, ready. So these are the questions that you want me to answer.